Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. If you are as busy as me, or you feel too overwhelmed to move and you want to get back into reading, then I have the app for you. Audiobooks Now is a website that features great quality professional audiobooks from your favorite authors, where you can also discover new ones too. You get access to many fiction and nonfiction titles that you can download or stream and get great discounts on titles if you choose the membership. Use the link in the description to check out the titles in Audiobooks Now with 50% off your first club purchase. You can also download the app. So one of the things I said when I was originally starting this channel, I was like, I'm not going to review reality shows. I'm not going to review like real people, real relationships, or like the shipping stuff, because shipping is like lame. Sorry, like it's cool to ship if you're just like, oh, I ship them, but in real life, leave it alone kind of deal. But yeah, I wasn't going to, but then I saw Married at First Sight on Unmatchables, that it was gonna have Married at First Sight's first gay couple. Now this is huge for one main reason. They've been criticized before about the fact that the show only caters to heteronormative relationships. They as if like, you know, people who are not heterosexual don't want to get married too. I don't know. But yeah, finally they were gonna have their first gay couple with Frank and Sam. And oh my gosh, so when we went into watching it, when they said they were gonna have the first gay couple on the show, my husband and I watched this together. He does not watch Married at First Sight. I barely watch Married at First Sight. I watched like the first 3 episodes, the last 3 episodes. That's all I need to see. Where did it start? Where did it end? So he doesn't even watch the show. I barely watched the show, and we both sat there just going, there's no way they're going to set these 2 men up to date each other. There is no way this was going to happen. Like, it wasn't even just the fact that they were total opposites. Like, I was like, there's no way they're each other's type. Like, and it wasn't a race thing. It was just like seeing what we saw of what their lives are. I didn't see any intersectionality of their lives, except for the fact that they were both gay. Like, that's it. That's the only thing I saw as a common interest for both men. I was like, well, I could see them being friends, like trying to just set them up as friends to get to know each other and learn from each other. You know, Frank, I believe, is the one who is really shy, like helping him come out of his shell, and Sam, who's very spontaneous, learning that sometimes it's okay to just be one of us dull people in the world. So I was like, why would they match them together? For me, looking at them, like if I was looking at these 2 people randomly, I would not even set them up. Again, maybe as friends to kind of help each other out to get them ready for the real dates, but not together. But yeah, that's the first gay couple on Married at First Sight. People that I went, really? We were both going, really? Like, when I say we did not think they were going to set them up together, I mean for the entire show. We were watching the entire show. We are like at the halfway mark. And Mr. Young goes, no, they're not setting them up for a date with each other. They're setting them up for like dates with other guys, right? And I'm like, no, babe, this is for them to date each other. They're preparing them for a date with each other. And he was like, there is no way these 2 guys even run in the same circles. Like nothing about them makes me go, yeah, they can hang out. Like Frank is just such a shy guy that Sam could probably push him overboard with his extrovertness. Like I'm a believer in extroverts and introverts can work well together, as long as like the introvert has the ability to like form into certain situations. They're not like a complete introvert. They're just the ones who are like, okay, that was 20 minutes outside, let's go back in. And the extrovert also has an understanding of what it's like to be an introvert, in that they're not going to force the introvert into situations that will make them uncomfortable. And Sam, from the persona he presents on the show, because I don't know if that's a real person, they're acting as people in the camera. We could just be seeing exaggerated versions of themselves. This is why I don't want to talk about reality really, but I just had to talk about this. But Sam, the persona that he's giving off, is like a very like look at me persona. And for an introvert, being with someone who's, hey everyone, look at what I'm doing, it's not, it wouldn't work. They would need an extrovert who understands that, hey, I don't want people watching me right now. All right, cool, let's go over here, let's get out of the public eye. You know, it's I don't get it. I don't get why. I'm not one of the experts. They're the experts. How do I even review the show? Okay, so they go out and they meet the Unmatchables for the first time, and Pastor Cal met with Frank and made like a joke to kind of lighten the mood. Was like, hey, what kind of woman are you looking for? With Frank, like, huh? And it's like, oh no, I'm joking. What kind of man are you looking for? And this is also where my husband and I were sitting there like, everything Frank kind of describes, and like at any point where Frank is kind of talking about what he would be looking for in a partner, it doesn't describe Sam. And I feel like it would be the same for Sam. I can't even remember much of his scenes because I was focusing on his shirt. But I feel like anything Sam would be describing about what he's looking for in a partner, I don't think Frank would have that either. Maybe physically, there could be attraction between them, but I don't think like with what they describe, we're really getting each of them. And it's just like, this is the first gay couple on Married at First Sight. This is it. This is it. On Unmatchables. Oh my gosh. But with Sam, one of the things we learn about him is he's kind of unsure of himself and doesn't really have an identity. He's constantly changing who he is. He's constantly changing how he dresses. He's constantly changing his hair and how he wants it. And he is very look at me on the outside, like getting people to focus on the outside so they don't focus on him and his insecurities. And there's a lot of people who do it. They hide behind a mask. Some people don't even realize they're hiding behind a mask. Like, think of the kid in high school who, instead of carrying a backpack, carries a briefcase. He or she is, or they are doing it because they want you to focus on the briefcase and maybe not focus on something else that they're insecure about. Because if you, or, you know, because the insecurity could be going up and talking to people. I'm not comfortable with going up to talk to people and make friends, but if I do something like intriguing or weird, that might get them to come to me. So I will walk around with a briefcase. And then someone will go, why do you have a briefcase? And then they'll talk about it, and then they'll become friends. Or wearing a shirt that grabs someone's attention with like your favorite anime or, you know, your favorite cartoon, whatever. It's one of those things where for some people they do it so that they don't have to be the one to make the first move to talk to someone. Instead, someone will talk to them because, hey, that shirt Or, hey, you have a Naruto headband, you know, oh, leave village, huh? You know, things like that. And that's what Sam is doing. Sam is just presenting this mask so that people focus on that and don't focus on him. And it is what it is. That's in life. Everybody has their insecurities, and I don't even know if like that whole thing that Pastor Cal does with Sam to help him get over like putting on the mask. I don't know how much of a work it actually does. I mean, on camera, Sam does change to call himself a writer, but he's kind of a I don't want to say a jack of all trades, because the full saying is a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I don't want to say he's a master of none, because maybe writing is something he's mastered, and the other things are just kind of taking him away from something that he's worked really hard on, that he is actually really good at, because he's so afraid, again, putting up these masks, and so afraid and so insecure in himself as a writer, and doesn't think anyone is going to want to read his writing, and so hasn't really branched out on that yet. So I don't think he's necessarily, the jack of all trades. I think it might just be that insecurity thing again coming in, and him being afraid to share what he really cares about, what's really something that's deep for him. But then again, this is reality TV, so I don't even know how true that is. It could all just be a front for the show to give entertainment. But then we also have Frank. Frank lacks a lot of confidence, and he is trying his best to just blend in with society. They show him wearing a lot of like grays, and I feel like the production team did that, because there's no way this man does not have any colors in his damn closet. Are you kidding me? You have nothing? Like, I hate the color pink, and I still have a pink shirt. Seriously. Nothing? Oh my gosh. But yeah, he has been through pain, experienced some pain, and like his way of dealing with it is kind of just looking like everybody else. That way no one will notice him. So his own mask, he's found a way to just blend in so that he doesn't stand out, when in reality he is like a standout person. He's someone you'd want to get to know, but because he's trying so hard to blend in, you don't get to know him, and you don't get to know who he truly is, and some of his deeper thoughts. So yeah, that's his mask as well, I guess. He doesn't know how to talk about himself. He doesn't know how to talk about his life. And because in his family being gay is just not discussed, he doesn't know how to like talk about his life and his experience as a gay man with his friends. Well, then again, we don't know if that's exactly it, because his friend kind of just brought it. What she said was like, she'll ask him about guys and stuff and relationships, and he won't talk about it. So I don't know if it's a case where some people, they just don't like talking about sex, or they don't kiss and tell, so they don't want to go into detail, because that for them is just something that's so intimate and so personal that it's like, no, I'm not going to tell you about my sex life. So maybe that's what she was trying to get details on. I don't know. Or maybe he just won't talk about like how he feels as a gay man in society and the things that he's gone. Maybe it is the deeper conversations that she wants, and he won't give. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's the one, and it's not that she just wants to hear all his dirty secrets and who he messing with. I mean, because that's not something that's comfortable for all people for different reasons. Calling people prudes because of that, I think is too far. For some people, they need to find that person that they're okay with talking with about those things, that they don't feel uncomfortable talking about those things with, because that person makes the place a comfortable spot. That's not for everyone. It's just not for everyone, if that's what she's looking for. Now, there were lots of exercises that took place on the show that were supposed to teach the men to be confident in themselves and their abilities. So Sam is kind of learning that he doesn't need to make himself interesting. He's already an interesting person, and he doesn't need to overcompensate for who he is. Frank is learning that it's okay to be more expressive in who you are, break down some walls, and let people learn about what makes, you. What is it about you? So like Frank's thing is he has to stand in like town and has a megaphone, and people come up and ask him a question. He just talks about himself. And that's another thing, him just talking about himself. He's so afraid to talk about himself, and I understand that. I also for a long time was basically told not to talk about myself because that's self-centered. You don't talk about yourself. You need to focus on other people. Don't focus on yourself. But talking about yourself is one of the ways to express yourself. And when I say talking about yourself helps you with your writing, I mean just writing about yourself. Like imagine doing a college essay. A lot of college essays are asking you about yourself, what you've been through. If you never had the chance to talk about yourself as a child, just talk about your interests, talk about what you love, talk about what you want to do, and you're told constantly, stop talking about yourself so much. You sound self-centered. Don't talk about yourself. When it comes to doing things like just writing a college essay where you need to talk about yourself, that's a panic attack. Like you're just going, well, I don't want to talk about myself. That's just going to make me seem self-centered. Except talking about your life and experiences is one of the things that helps you because it makes them look at that and go, oh wow, this person has been through some interesting things. They could bring another viewpoint to our college and our courses, and when they graduate, represent us in a different way. Stop telling kids to not talk about themselves. That's what I'm getting to. But yeah, he's learning to be more expressive, and that it's okay to talk about himself and okay to open up to people, which for him is very important and needed. Now, in the end, like I said, I do understand setting them up to hang out and learn from each other and really like pull things from each other. But me and Mr. Young, we just didn't see them as a good match. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe they're out there living like their best lives and are super in love. But at the same time, it's reality TV. And reality TV is not reality. Like they probably didn't see each other after that night. They probably shot the meeting scene like 12 times. Like, hi, I'm Sam. Hi, I'm Frank. Wait, we didn't get that as good, guys. I need you to look at him like, oh my god, I'm so excited. He's so hot. And then you look at him like, oh, he's not really my type, but I'll see where this goes. That's what we're gonna do, okay? So let's reshoot it. So, hey, maybe I am reviewing fiction after all. Yeah, but Mr. Young and I both said the same thing though. We felt like they just went, we are going to cast our first gay couple. These two are both gay and they live in the same area. Good enough. Now, if it did actually work out, they are still seeing each other, then great, and I'm glad we were wrong. It's just, if it didn't work out, I blame the matchmakers, because are they really matchmaking? But then again, Married at First Sight has like a 50% marriage rate, where 50% of the marriages actually last past the show, I believe. It was 50%. They basically have the same divorce rate as society has right now. So their divorce rate and the divorce rate in society is actually not that far apart. So yay. I feel like Sam would have been a great candidate for Queer Eye because those outfits were horrible. And I think I would have loved to see Karamo really get into who he is as a person. let's talk about that. And Jonathan get into his hair. We're gonna style this. We're gonna make you look pretty. I love Queer Eye. I love Jonathan. So maybe that can be Sam's next show if the makeover he got didn't stick. So I'm not gonna rate this episode. There's no rating. I don't know how many people have seen it. I don't even know how many people are even interested in seeing it. It exists. So I guess I'm just making everyone aware that, hey, Married at First Sight had its first gay couple. They were Unmatchables. Oh gosh, like I do wonder if did anyone on the production team sit down and go, hey guys, I know we're getting backlash that our show is so straight, but maybe our first gay couple should not be Unmatchables. Just a thought. Think it over and get back to me, okay? Or did I tell that person to be quiet? Because everyone's gonna love it, because it's just gonna be the greatest episode ever. We got this. We are so smart. This is progressive. We're gonna have our first ever gay couple during Pride Month on our Unmatchables show. So progressive. Oh God. Again, I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I am too critical on the show. Maybe I am. I don't think I am, but if you think I am, let me know. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. I also kind of sort of have a YouTube now. It's JD Young, I think. I don't even know what my YouTube is. That's how sad I am. I'm a sad girl. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how you would film this episode, I guess. Like, how would you shoot this? If you were doing a dating show and you wanted to because I'm thinking of all the dating shows, not the MTV dating shows. Those were fake. Those were 100% fake. There's no way none of those MTV dating shows were real. MTV and VH1. I don't believe it. Rock of Love, wasn't he married the entire time? I don't believe it. Flav didn't choose any of them girls. Not even New York. He turned her down twice. But like, if you are making a dating show for same-sex, or for persons looking for a same-sex partner, I guess, how would you do it? I just wouldn't shoot the show. I just run a dating service. I just not have a show. But that's just me. I don't know about you. I'm still in disbelief that someone did this and matched those guys up. Again, maybe they worked out, but I just don't see it. Like, their personality, because I'm just looking at personalities that were presented on camera. Because again, usually when a camera is on, people are an exaggeration of themselves. So maybe after the cameras turned off, they were like, oh, yeah, I had a lot of fun. Let's try this again without the cameras. And it worked. Maybe it did. I'm just cynical. Who knows? So thank you so much for making some time for BL, and see you next time when you make some more time for BL.